Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Allendery. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I have been working with individuals with Parkinson's exclusively since 1999. Hopefully, all of you are working with a speech language pathologist who has been trained in our Speak Out therapy program. And then I am here to help you establish and maintain a consistent home practice routine. We try to keep it as interesting as we can to motivate you to do your speak out exercises every day. Today's topic, everybody say that with intent, rock and roll. I want you to speak out when you say that. Rock and roll. Every time we say something, we're going to lift our voices and speak out, project them forward. Say rock and roll one more time. Rock and roll. That is the topic for today's session. But first, we need to take a sip of water and get our first 4 speak out exercises out of the way. So let's take a sip of water. We also had a good question come in about swallowing, and I will answer that after we do the counting exercise. Let's take a sip of water with intent. We're being deliberate. We're being purposeful. We're thinking about everything that we're doing. You bet I am deliberate and purposeful as I take a sip of water in front of all of you. The first speak out exercise is the warm-up. We use these M sounds because the M sound is the most forward sound we have. It's the one that's in front versus the G, when you say G, that's a back sound, and the M sound is the most forward, and we're getting you ready to project your voice forward. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. Connect as many of the sounds as you can. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very good. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Let's do it again. Speak out more. Don't yell. Just project your voice forward. May, me, my, mo, moo. Did you notice that I had to take a breath in there? It's okay. You can take a breath whenever you need to. Try not to take a breath with every syllable. So we don't want may, me, my. Try to connect as many as you can, but if you feel like you're running out of air, just take a quick breath and then speak out. Let's do it one more time. May, me, my, mo, moo. We're not trailing off. We're speaking out all the way to the end. Take a sip of water, grab your cup with intent, and swallow with intent. I noticed in the chat earlier this week that a number of you said it's really helping you to think about all the way to the end. So I say, reach for the end. So no matter which exercise you're doing, and when you're talking in conversation, keep looking towards the end. Don't let it trail off. Speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately, purposefully open your mouth wide and project the ah forward. Here we go. We're trying to keep it strong to the end. Let's do it again. Are you able to control your voice? So many people with Parkinson's say, I can't control my voice. I don't know when I open my mouth what's going to come out. Well, we're working on that with Speak Out. We are controlling our speech. We're in control over it, and we're going to project it forward. Let's do another ah. Good. Let's do it again. Good. We're not trailing off. Keep it the same all the way through. One more. Good. When you're doing this, imagine you're running a race and you're getting closer to the finish line. You can see the ribbon right there. You don't slow down right before the ribbon, you blow through it. So you think of the same way. Think of it the same way when you're talking in conversation or doing these exercises. Take a sip of water, okay? Your speech with Parkinson's is never going to be automatic. It's always going to have to be intentional, okay? Speak Out exercise number 3, the glides. Project a steady ah out, then slowly glide up. Keep it strong to the end. Here we go. Nice job. Let's do it again. As you're going up or down, you are projecting the voice forward. You're keeping it strong. You are not yelling. You're projecting your voice. Like if you were on a mountain and you said, hello. Everybody say that with me. Hello. Now say ah. Ready? Ah. Okay, it's always out. You're speaking out. Now let's do the glide. Ready? Ah. Ah. Yes, that is how it's done. Let's do one more, okay? The sound is in front of you. Ready? Ah. Ah. I know those are not easy. If you're struggling with them, if the sound is not coming out clear, really work with your speech pathologist on those. Take a sip of water with intent. All right. Speak Out exercise number 4 is the counting. We are going to re-coordinate our breathing muscles with our vocal folds, with our articulators. We're adding words now to what we were doing before. I want you to project every number forward. Try to connect them just like you did with the warm-ups, and stop at the end of each row. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and over. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16. Again, we are not yelling. We want our voice to come out clear. That's how you know everything's working the way it should, when the voice sounds clear. If it's raspy, try to project out a little bit more and see if it clears up. Let's do this backwards. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, exaggerate, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go down now. Ready? 1, 5, 9, 13, 2, 6, 10, 14, 3, 7, 11, 15. Last one. 4, 8, 12, 16. Very good. Let's go ahead and take a sip of water. I definitely need one. We're working hard. We're working with intent. I have a question that came in. So it says that this person is working one-on-one with a speech pathologist. Very good. And they think that this person is also a speak out provider. But they say, each time I have a swallowing evaluation, the result is that I have penetration and I am at risk for aspiration pneumonia. Okay, so penetration means that, let's say they give you some water to drink and it's trying to go down the wrong way. It's not aspiration, it didn't actually go, but it penetrated, meaning it's trying real hard, and it puts the person at higher risk for aspiration pneumonia. Now, said that they were told to cough and clear their throat when they swallow thin liquids. So that goes really for everybody. If your voice sounds real wet kind of when you talk, one thing you could do is just clear a little bit and swallow hard. Okay, now, this is what makes it hard to answer these questions, because I don't have all the information, but I'll just do the best I can and you talk to your therapist. It says, I use a thickener for nearly everything. So that means this person is putting a thickener even in things like his water. Now my cough is persistent even when not eating or drinking. I'm very concerned about aspiration. Will speak out clear up my coughing problem. So this is what I would say. First of all, I wonder why you're using the thickener for everything. Maybe you need to, but besides the therapist telling you to cough and swallow, are they doing any specific swallowing exercises? Speak Out can help a lot of people with their swallowing, but some people need additional exercises. If you are not getting those exercises, then I strongly urge you to find a speech pathologist who knows about Parkinson's and specializes in swallowing. You probably need to be doing both speak out exercises and swallowing exercises. It is not enough for a therapist to say, thicken your liquids, and every time you swallow, I want you to clear your throat and swallow. That is not sufficient. You need therapy. So the other part of this is, are you doing the exercises every single day? You might need to do them 2 times a day or 3 times a day. And I would say I wouldn't recommend you do an online session every day. I wouldn't recommend doing one of these sessions 2 or 3 times a day. One online session, then work with your workbook and the swallowing exercises, and you may do Let's say besides this online session, you might do 2 other sessions of 15 to 20 minutes where you're really working out your muscles every single day. Okay? I would not give up on swallowing until somebody was doing their exercises 2 or 3 times a day and working with a therapist who is really gung-ho and knows about swallowing and is actively doing exercises to help them. That is my answer. Maybe it will help more of you. We're going to move on to the reading. All right. The reading, rock around the clock. All right, here we go. Let's read these with intent. Now, keep in mind, when you're doing the reading, you're working on the same muscles that you are using for speaking and swallowing. But if you don't use enough intent, it will not work. Okay? Imagine walking in the mall, window shopping, versus boxing. Okay? If you always stroll, like you do in the mall, you're not going to strengthen the exercises. So we have to use lots of energy. Let's read the first sentence. Today we are having fun with 1950s rock and roll. Stretch out the highlighted. Say it again. Rock and roll. Again. Rock and roll. Read the sentence. Ready? Today we are having fun with 1950s rock and roll. So high energy so that we're activating both the speech and swallowing muscles. The next one. Some early rock singers were Chuck Berry and Buddy Holly. Did you stretch out Holly? Again, do it with me. Holly. Again. Holly. Read the sentence again a little slower with intent. Some early rock singers were Chuck Berry and Buddy Holly. Good job. Next. Little Richard sang Good Golly Miss Molly. Stretch out Molly with me. Molly. You're in control. Do it again. Molly. Now read the whole sentence with more intent. Little Richard sang Good Golly Miss Molly. Now if I just say it, Little Richard sang Good Golly Miss Molly, that's not going to do anything. We're trying to activate the speech and swallowing muscles. Speak out like you're making a big announcement. Read the top sentence again. Little Richard sang Good Golly Miss Molly. Imagine you're on the radio, and how would you say it then? Let's read this. The coaster sang Yakety Yak, don't talk back. Again, this is how you're going to exercise these muscles. Imagine you're on the radio. Let's read it again. The coaster sang Yakety Yak, don't talk back. You got it. Next. Elvis was a singer, actor, and teenage heartthrob. Again. Elvis was a singer, actor, and teenage heartthrob. There you go. And did everybody remember about this today? Ready? Join Parkinson Voice Project today for our Parkinson sing-along at 10:45 a.m. U.S. Central Time. That is a mouthful. Did you say every single word with intent? Let's read it again. Join Parkinson Voice Project today for our Parkinson sing-along at 10:45 a.m. U.S. Central Time. Did you make it all the way to the end? Go ahead and take a sip of water. I want to tell you 2 things. about our Parkinson sing-along. So today it is in 15 minutes after the session, but starting next week, the sing-along is going to begin immediately after this session. We think that we might be losing some people in those 15 minutes. So next week, we will do our online speech exercises. I will end about 10:25 to give you a chance then to hop on the Zoom call, and the singing will be for 30 minutes. Okay, so you can plan on Thursdays working on your voice and speech from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Also, we do have recordings now for the singing, so if you miss it at 10:30, you can still participate. Okay, but today it is 10:45. All right, we need to move on to our next speak out exercise, the cognitive exercise. This is where you're going to use your very best voice. This is where you're practicing how you're going to speak for the rest of your life. I want you to describe this picture with intent. Imagine I can't see it. Go ahead. All right, we're not going to read all the descriptions, but we know that's Buddy Holly. Everybody describe this picture. I want you to use the voice. Imagine your life depends on it. Use your very best voice. Okay, Chuck Berry. So besides just saying Chuck Berry, did you describe it? You say that's Chuck Berry playing a guitar, wearing a tuxedo with tennis shoes, looking like he's having a lot of fun. That's what I mean when I say describe the photos. Describe this photo, every word with intent. The coasters. How about, oh, what a fun picture. Go ahead and describe this photograph with intent. Describing photos is a great way to work on generalizing your intentional voice to conversation. All right, let's go ahead, take a sip of water. We will do Dr. Boone's words, okay? Now, I tell you that these help swallowing, but there are lots and lots of other exercises for swallowing. In my practice, okay, at Parkinson Voice Project, unless it is a very severe, life-threatening problem, I will try speak out first. I will get the patient on a very good home practice routine, doing their speak out exercises twice a day, and I will see if that is enough to improve the swallowing. But if the patient is practicing twice a day, and they went through speak out, and they're just working so hard, and it's not enough, then we will add on swallowing exercises. But I don't like to add on more exercises if the person is not doing the basic ones, and I would say twice a day when you have a swallowing problem. Okay? All right. With intent, everybody, read these nonsense words twice. Ready? Gu la gang ga ga. Gu la gang ga ga. Next. Ku ka man gu ka. Ku ka man gu ka. Gangla. Gangla. Kukla. Kukla. Very good. Take a sip of water. For anybody who thickened liquids have been recommended, they need to be doing a lot of swallowing therapy and swallowing home exercises to try to get off of those. Okay, those should be temporary, and the speech pathologist should be working like crazy to help you get off of that. And unfortunately, there are a number of therapists out there that just, recommend the thickened liquid. Say every time you have a little problem, just clear your throat and swallow, and that's it. That is not sufficient. You need therapy and lots of exercise. You can tell I am passionate about this. All right, bonus reading. Oh, we need the bell. All right, we're going to read the lyrics, not sing. This is going to force you to use more intent because we're going to want to sing, but we're not going to. We're going to stretch out all the highlighted words. Here we go with intent, not too quickly. 1, 2, 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock, rock. Let's do it again. Now you know how I'm doing it. Ready? 1, 2, 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock, rock. We're in control. 5, 6, 7 o'clock. 8 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, 11 o'clock. 12 o'clock, rock. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. Put your glad rags on and join me, hun. We'll have some fun when the clock strikes 1. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 2, 3, and 4, if the band slows down, we'll yell for more. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. We're gonna rock, rock, rock till broad daylight. We're gonna rock around the clock tonight. It is very hard to read lyrics, especially when you know the song, but we are purposefully doing that because our goal is to strengthen the muscles that you use for speech and swallowing, but that's not enough. You've got to learn to use intent. And when you read lyrics, when you highlight certain words and force yourself to say it in a different way, you use intent. You take control of your speech. All right, everybody. Parkinson's Sing-Along begins in 15 minutes. Go have some fun singing 1950s songs, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.